Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. I'm so happy to have you here. So today I want to talk with you about a July energy report. We've got a lot of really big energies coming in for July, but they all involve you and your connection to your reality. And so I really want to get into some of these deep concepts. And I really believe that you are going to see yourself mirrored in a lot of these points. Okay. So I am having a day today. It's Thursday, a couple days before you're probably going to see this. And I'm just having like quite a day with like a lot of waves of higher consciousness coming through. I actually did an Instagram live about this. If you haven't seen it yet, I would suggest watching that. And maybe after watching this, just to kind of like give you that next level of what we're talking about in this video. Just a lot of higher consciousness coming through where you are, where I'm really feeling today like outside of my human, but not in a bad way, not unembodied, like very embodied in the human that I am. But I've also got this new level of like observer, higher conscious observer, like higher self piece that has come online that feels very different. Just today, like this new level that's really coming through. And I've been seeing it peeking through for about a week. And then today it kind of just all kind of collided, if that makes sense. It feels like a new level of awakening, and it's no coincidence that this is all happening after the Schumann DNA crazy activation that we received for days on end of that 190. I mean, this is what it creates. They have proven, and we have all been talking about how solar flares will absolutely fuel ascension, DNA activations, higher consciousness, and we're in it. We're literally living it right now. It is just crazy. Like this crazy, being human is wild. Being in this world is insane. Like it's so beautiful and it's so chaotic, and it's just, oh, we have just so much to uncover. And I just feel like something new is like cracking open inside of me, and I want to facilitate that for you as well because it is powerful. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, how many points do I have? I typed out a couple of points here, but I didn't fill in the descriptions. I'm just going to go off the cuff. But if you want, I am eventually going to write this all out properly into an energy report, and I will be giving that to my email subscribers on Monday as usual. So make sure that you are subscribed to my weekly energy reports. You get them every single Monday. This tomorrow, which will be Monday for you, is going to be like a really big one because it's going to be this video but summed up and all typed out for you to like share with others, keep it and look back on it. This is just going to be a big week for the energy reports, but I mean, all the weeks are good. You just want to be on that list. So use the description and the links below to make sure that you are subscribed to that. Well, that's incredibly hot green tea. Oh my God. Okay. So before we jump into the July energy report, I want to remind you to make sure that you are subscribed here for new videos every Sunday, that you are subscribed to the weekly energy reports that come to your inbox every Monday. Totally free. And make sure that you are following me on Instagram for a lot of original content that does not make its way here to YouTube. Those are my like 3 places, right? I mean, that's not true. Like I have places inside of my group containers. So if you're a member, obviously we're in the group chat together all of the time. And I'm feeling really, really excited about the membership because July's theme feels so divine right now. Like it really feels aligned with this higher piece of yourself, the oversoul, the higher self, that higher consciousness, the God, the mini God that you are descending into the body and bringing new levels of awareness and consciousness into your reality. The more that you raise your frequency, the more of your soul is able to come down into your body. And as every time a piece joins you in this now moment and in this reality and in the human that you are playing the character of, the more pieces of your soul that join you, the more powerful, potent, awake, aware, like wise, enlightened, the more you just see the truth. It's just such a other level. It is truly like stepping outside the matrix. Like, oh my God. Okay, so let's get started because I could just go on all day for no reason, but we don't want to do that. I would just suggest that you're signed up to subscribe to this channel, get on the email list. You don't want to miss anything. Follow me on Instagram and then get in the membership. Like if you're not in the membership yet, oh my goodness, get in there as soon as you can. The membership is like the best, the most like incredible, insane value, like the best value to work with me, because you get like 2 events with me every single month, plus chats, plus. We do a lot contests. We do all kinds of stuff in there. So, ooh, that just reminds me, I need to pick June's winners. There's 2 winners every month that win mini readings with me. So definitely make sure that you're inside the membership too. So, okay, let's move on. So let's talk the July energy report, okay? So when I was bringing through these points that I'm going to share with you and elaborate on a little bit, I was connecting with God source, right? This felt higher than the Milky Way. And what I mean by that is it felt higher than the Galactic Federation, and it felt higher than the Council for Humanity. This felt more like a destiny vibe, like a soul over soul, God source, like almost outside of dimensions, outside of these timelines and lifetimes that we have, and back to that pure soul that you are within. This is just deep, okay? All of that to just say, shit's about to get real, shit's about to get deep. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Ooh, I'll move through them. Don't worry. It's going to be like a story, right? Because they all follow each other so naturally, but I'll try to be aware of the time as well. So the first point for the July energy report is the purge. Purge is in full swing, personally, professionally, and collectively. You know what this means already. I probably don't even need to elaborate on this, and you probably are already feeling it. The purge personally means you are raising, your frequency is rising rapidly, okay? Rapidly right now. This is like this, we've never been this high. You know, this is, it just keeps getting off the charts, literally with the Schumann, off the charts, okay? Now, you know that the Schumann resonance and the solar flares are the 2 like really powerful forces right now that are helping along our ascending consciousness and our ascending physical forms. So ascension symptoms up the wazoo all the way, okay? Physical, spiritual, emotional, energetic ascension symptoms. The biggest ascension symptoms that you will ever experience is called the purge. The purge is in full swing. That means everything in your life personally that does not align with this highest version of you that you are evolving into must now show itself, rear its ugly head for a final act, for the final showdown, basically. So that means everything that cannot support the higher frequency that you are now embodying, it needs to go. And sometimes that's not an easy thing. Sometimes that feels really uncomfortable. Physically, that could mean like a lot of ascension symptoms, as in pain and discomfort and getting sick. That's a purge, right? Think about like your body can purge in many ways, right? Emotionally, that's very personal too. Emotionally, you might also be purging. Are you finding yourself like laughing hysterically and then it turns into tears? Like, are you a little all over the place? Not in a crazy way, but in a, I am just releasing a lot. I am just like a little overwhelmed at times. I've had a couple of different overwhelmed moments that feel like I'm out of body when they're happening. Like I am like watching the human that I am almost from above, like, oh my God, look at you go. Like you are so in it. You are really living that human life. Like you are so human in this moment. You're totally like triggered, or you're totally crying, or you're totally breaking down, or you're totally whatever. And it's so fucking beautiful, because you are so in the experience that you need to be having to learn the lessons you came here to learn and to make the impact that you came here to make. It's like you have to be that human piece. You have to be that embodied, that you can let yourself go through shit, experience disappointment, experience great joy and bliss, have the ups and the downs. Like there is a human element here that needs a full embodiment. But then there's this other like observer piece of you that's watching you, this higher consciousness that's really watching the human go through it all and is like, okay, like I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for feeling all the things that you are feeling. The wide scope of being human. Anyway, so you might be purging physically, which is uncomfortable. You might be purging emotionally, but you also might be purging in other personal ways. What stuff is coming up for you to look at? Like eating habits, exercise habits, vices, things that you do that you know are escapism, things that you do that you know don't honor the temple that you are, like the sacred temple that your body is, or the sacred temple within of your, your peace and your emotional state. What do you do to harm yourself? What have you been doing? That will no longer fly. That will start to purge and come up and become extremely obvious until you let it go. That's what a purge is. It's just in your face. And other purges that might be coming up personally are relationships. I really see that people are starting to really realize that there's not a way around that. If the person that you are with is not on your level, and they're also not gonna get there, as in like they're not the same, like they're not interested in extreme self-growth that you are. Like, they're not really like invested in investing in themselves, investing in growth, investing in their earth mission, investing in their purpose for being here, investing in, integrating their higher self. Like, if they're not there, it's probably just never going to feel right for you. And that can be really difficult when it's time to purge something. That's a safety net. That's your comfort zone. That's really hard to let go of your personal relationship, because that's your daily life. And it could be other friendships and family members too, though. And then the purge is also happening professionally. So if you are in a professional career or job or whatever, and it's no longer aligned, it's just in your face of how unaligned it is in like new levels. But if you have your own business like I do, and lots of the spiritual entrepreneurs watching this, then it's stuff about the way you used to do things that doesn't work anymore, old programs that it's time to let go of, old offerings. There's a real purge happening. The best thing that you can do is just trust in yourself, trust in your soul nudge. Like, you can absolutely handle this purge. It is for your highest good. It's like super beneficial that you let this happen. And then there's a purge collectively. So the purge collectively is, oh my God, everyone's emotions trying to purge out all at the same time. Everyone and their mother going through like hard times, purging, hidden dark secrets and corruption, and just a real purge. People being like at their last straw, and like a lot of collective energy around, I've had enough, purging all of that. And that comes out in politics and in social issues, and I mean, financially, like literally every way, everything around you is purging, including yourself. Okay, move on to the next point, shall we? You get it? Okay. Point number 2. You're feeling detached from the reality that you're in as you recalibrate. You're going through a recalibration right now, and you're almost in this in-between place where you feel kind of detached from your reality, to the point where when things maybe aren't really working out that great, you still have this level of detachedness. And you might be going through the motions of, oh, this is stressful. Oh, I'm upset. But there's another part of you that's like, what is happening? Like, is this real? I'm saying I'm upset, but I feel like I'm playing a character. I'm playing a role in a way. And you are, you are ultimately playing a character and a role, but it's starting to become like noticeable, right? Where you're thinking, how should I be reacting? And then let's play that role instead of genuine spontaneous reactions. Because you're kind of just detached a little bit, but you're trying not to be. That's totally normal, by the way. When you are recalibrating from one frequency to another, from one timeline to another, going through, we're all recalibrating right now after that massive Schumann experience, and there's more to come for that. We're recalibrating, so it's normal to feel a little bit like reality isn't real, or you're not really here, or you're kind of detached, or you feel like you're being like almost like you're faking it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like pretending a little bit to be the old you. And you're like, because I don't know who the new me is yet. It's just so weird, but this is very normal. Okay. Point number 3, there's a battle within yourself between trust and fear. Trust and fear. And you keep hopping back and forth between the two. Like the fear being, I am overwhelmed. I am stressed out. I don't know what to do. What the fuck is going on in my life and in my world and in my job and with me? And am I okay? And I don't even know. And yet you're equally spending times bouncing back between this part of you that is like a higher level of trust and surrender than you've probably experienced up until now. And it's like there's this quiet voice, it's really quiet though, but it's in there, it's above, and it's like, it's all working out. It's okay. You don't have to worry. You don't have to figure this all out on your own. Let it go. Let go of the reins of your life and watch divine orchestration sweep in and figure it all out for you. Like, you don't have to hold the reins so tight and try to control and micromanage everything. So there's this part of you that's like, ooh, like that feels really good. And I also like believe that voice. It feels true. In fact, I know it's true. I know it's real. Like you're thinking, I know, you're right. Everything is working out. But the human me. So that battle is between the experiencer and the observer. You know, that higher self, and then the experiencer who's in it, in the mess, in the hot mess, tornado chaos of your life. And your consciousness, the feeling of the bouncing back and forth. Some people describe it to me like sometimes I'm in 3D, sometimes I'm in 5D, and I'm just back and forth, back and forth. It's the same idea. Your consciousness is traveling. Say that here's your higher self here, and here's the human you experiencing. Your consciousness is traveling on this white thread. Ooh, I want to be up here. Now I'm going to come down and experience it. Now I'm going to go back here. Now I'm going to come down and experience it. And it's just seeing reality from different levels, but it's still you. All of it is still you. And I believe that, I know that enlightenment is being in two places at once, where you are the experiencer and you allow yourself the breakdown, while at the same time, though, being here too, where you're like, I'm so proud of you. Look at you go, being all human and shit. Feel that fucking feeling. That's amazing. You came here to do that. You came here to have this experience. You're in the simulation that is built to bring you the exact experiences that you need to have that breakthrough you've been trying to have for 10 lifetimes or 100 lifetimes or whatever it is. It's like, ooh, it's big. It's really big. Okay, so again, a battle between inside between trust, fear, trust, fear, trust, fear. It's okay. The truth is both. The answer is both, right? Like to be both at once. I like point 4. Let's do point 4. Point number 4 is your crown chakra antenna. That's the thing. Is picking up a new signal. It's picking up a new version of you, because I mean, we were all just versions of each other. So a new version of you, as in there's something really ancient and old and wise and calm that's been connecting with you in your quiet moments. Kind of back to that higher observer piece, but it's getting bigger and louder. And your crown chakra, through all of these initiations and activations and fucking Schumann, is like just really extended. Like it's like a radio antenna that is now able to reach new stations. You're able to reach higher frequencies that you have not had access to before. So your crown chakra is like a radio antenna, and it's now going up higher than it used to. And up there is something new that you are connecting to. It is a new signal. It is a new voice. It is a new level. It is a new level of you. It's a new level of how old you are as a soul, how wise you are as a soul. Yeah. I don't know if I could explain that any deeper than that. So we'll move on. Okay. Point 5. You feel something big on the horizon, and it feels a little scary. And I mean Earth and humanity and the agendas and the timeline and the, like, what's going to happen, that feeling, like the wars and the corruption, and some stuff has to crumble, and things are going to fall away before something new can take its place, and you feel it, like a feeling of something really big on the horizon for humanity coming up in like the next year, maybe next 5 years. But it feels so big, and it feels eerie, scary, uncertain. And yet you're also at the same time starting to believe that you were meant to be here during it. Like you were meant for this. Like starting to really buy in and believe that you did volunteer. And this is all really going to fucking go down. And you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you're like exactly the right soul to lead people through it. And it feels strangely familiar and also scary and also so big that you feel a little helpless, but also so important and divinely timed that you feel hopeful and maybe even a little excited. It's a lot of clash of feelings in this feeling something big on the horizon, but starting to understand and believe in yourself that you were who was meant to be here, that you came for a reason, truly. Like if you're here on Earth at this time, when Earth is going through this massive purge as we step into this new age, this new dawning age of light, into the photon belt, into the golden era, into the divine human blueprint, and the physical, emotional, energetic, and conscious evolution, literal evolution of this human species. If you just happen to find yourself on Earth during the culmination of all of that, you better believe that is divinely timed and orchestrated, and that you are exactly who we need. You. Just you. So thank you for being here. None of us wanted to do this alone. That's why there's so many of us waking up now. And it just feels really big, doesn't it? And it's like you're starting to believe it. All of it. You're starting to be like, oh shit. I've been reading these words, or I've been hearing people talking about this, and I've maybe even said these words, but I'm in a new level of, oh fuck, this is happening. This is really going down. Oh my God, like right before the roller coaster. When you're about to you're like, oh, we're really doing this? Okay. Like it's so big. Oh my God. All right. What point are we on? That was point 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Point 6. Point 6 is whatever has been holding you back from taking your place as a new earth leader suddenly seems unimportant, and you're ready. You're ready to rise. Was that an orb? Something just went. You're ready to rise, and you feel yourself rising. There is a part of you that is rising to the occasion, that hears soulfully hearing from. I always point here when I talk about the soul, because the soul's in the high heart. Like your soul has to sit somewhere inside your actual body to animate the body, and that is the high heart. It's above the heart chakra, but below the throat, right here. You're being soul called, and your soul's like perking up a little ear, like, oh, they're calling me. It's time to stand up. Like, present, I'm here. That's a big feeling too. So whatever's been holding you back, and it could be a multitude of things that have stopped you from stepping into your earth mission up until this point. no judgment, right? Whatever block, lack mentality, fear, wound, whatever it is that's been keeping you small, it suddenly just doesn't seem as important anymore. And you're kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I still feel that, that's still there, but this calling is getting louder and louder, and it's like being soul called, it's being pulled out of you. And there's a part of you that's already rising to the occasion, whether that's emotionally, frequency, consciously, you are already rising to the occasion. So just step in the rest of the way. You are ready to rise. I know that you are. You wouldn't be here. I have full and complete trust in you and faith in you to put this really big, important timeline in your hands. I'm not worried. I know you got this. I know I got this. We got it together. Okay. All right. So point number 7 is a little more just a feeling. It's like the way that it came through. I'll just read it. It says, gifts on point, soul gifts on point, passion in the tank, fire in the heart. Let's do this, right? Your gifts are louder than they have ever been. I know that for a fact. I talk to so many people. It's like, what is happening? Like, boys had a little bit of this or that, and everything is just louder. Everything is just more clear. Gifts are on point. Passion in the tank, fire in the heart. Let's do this. It's like a new level of determination or inspiration or just that knowingness that it is up to you. And like nothing's going to swoop in. There's no mothership that is going to swoop in and do it for us. We came from the ship and are now the ground crew. Like, it's you. It's you. Stop looking to the skies when you're here. You came from there and you're in the body because it has to come from a human. You're the ground crew, my friend. Born into the human experience to activate from within, awaken from within, elevate from within, transform from within. We had to be human to do this. Disclosure's after. Disclosure is after the golden era, right? That means we purge, we crumble, we start to rebuild. And then on the back of that is like public disclosure. It can't come before because we have to do it from a human standpoint. You know why? Because it's humans. It's the right of the human species to have that moment. We cannot take that moment from them. You cannot take that from them. That is theirs. That is their history. That is their moment. This is going to be epic and talked about for millennia. We need to let them have it, but we can come in from within, infiltrate from within, and give assistance, because then it's allowed. Okay, so that's that 7th point. 8th point, last one. Everything and everyone around you feels placed there. It's like everything might have felt like random, and then all of a sudden, like a grand chess game, everything kind of clicks into place. And you look around you and realize that it's all divinely timed, divinely orchestrated. Like, you couldn't have planned it better. And here it is. And it's like all setting you up for something. Like, for instance, wow, like I just happened to come across this person that gave me exactly the message that I needed. And I feel so honored when I get to be that person. By the way, I get a lot of messages from people saying, I was literally directed to your YouTube channel through divine influence, because it wasn't easy to find, because it's definitely not, it doesn't matter. I think I have said a lot of things on YouTube that make them not want to like spread me around, but people will find it no matter what. As long as it's live, people will find it, as long as the channel is there. And it's like this level of everything being orchestrated for you, where you do experience that ooh, that person, I just happened to meet them and they said that thing I need to, or I just work with that person, or everything is setting up the stage for your success, for your rise into that new earth leader. So really think about that, like how randomly you've probably been working on a lot of inner healing, and maybe embodiment or empowerment, or maybe healing your nervous system, like all that shit that you've been working on the last, well, a long time, probably years, but I mean like intensely for the last 6 months to a year. That was planned. And all the people that like supported you in that, that you decided to work with, or they worked with you, or they pointed you in the right direction of some kind of freebie, or this person or that link, and it just all gave you like exactly what you needed to be here and now and ready. It just feels, it just, all of today has felt like this to me. Like I am just on like a really high plane of existence today. I'm in the human, but I'm also like, I can feel it even as I'm talking. I'm also way above where I normally would be. It's just so big. What is happening? Oh, July. Oh, it's going to be so divine. So I'm going to leave it here. Those are my 8 thoughts, my 8 points about what's coming for you. I mean, it's now, it's happening now, but the things that if you're experiencing, if you're like, oh yeah, 1, 2, and 3 really resonated, but I'm not sure, well, that just lets you know that 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are coming. So you can read the points. I'll pop them into the description of this video if you want to go through kind of like, where are you on the scale of, if the goal is to get all the way through these points by the end of July, right? I mean, no race, but this is July's energy report. Check out where you are in that. And again, don't forget that I'm going to be sending a more detailed description in my email on Monday. It goes out at 5 p.m. Eastern, so try to get signed up before it goes out. I think that's it. You guys. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I don't know how long this video has been. Let's have a little look-see. Thank you so much for hanging out for like the last half hour. And I just want to say that I'm really grateful that you're here with me, and it's a really exciting time. Really exciting. We're really stepping into the times we've been talking about. Like we are the ancient ones. We are the history makers, and we're in a world that is about to make history. It's just like so exciting. So anyway, I love you all so much. Before I go, please remember, as always, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you, beautiful star seeds. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.